We have 45 days to travel across the United States in our self-converted van.
We began our trip in San Diego, California last night.
And this morning we woke up near Anza Borrego State Park
After driving 106 miles overnight.
We need to make it to Hartford, Connecticut in a month and a half.
That's where we're from.
Here's the best part.
We don't know where we're going or which direction to take.
All we know is that we're starting this trip in California.
And figuring it out as we go. Who are we?
That's Megan. She's definitely not a morning person.
And that's Matt. You will almost always see him driving because Megan's a passenger princess.
Together,
we're traveling 1 million miles.
We only have 955,475 miles left to go. Should be a breeze.
Subscribe to follow our journey east and beyond. Our van is actually for sale, and if you watched our last video, you'll know that the sale that we thought we were gonna get, it ended up being a scam. So that's why we're bringing our van all the way home to Connecticut so that we can get home in time to fly to Europe to spend the entire spring and summer there.
It feels really good to be back in our van, in our home, our tiny house on wheels, if you will. It feels great to be out in the desert again too, because we thought about it last night and realized we have not been out in this kind of wilderness camping since at least September when we came back from Canada. It's been city, city, city.
Out there are porpoises. Those are like orca-looking dolphins that we saw when we were in Alaska. They must have made their way down south. Wow.
A cross-country trip on a train, a flight to Mexico, and then back, and then just rain, and then an Airbnb, dealing with a lot of other life event things. So it's really nice for Megan and I to just get back in the van, get into the desert, and just reconnect.
Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. I was ready for this van to be sold by the end of last month, so I mentally prepared myself to not do van life anymore. And when that ended up being a scam, I now have to reprogram my brain into van life again. And the last day has been okay, but I'm glad that we left San Diego and went out to the desert. I feel much more relieved and a lot less stressed out in the desert.
All right, you guys know the deal. Let's rate this avocado. Not bad. 5 out of 10, kind of a big seed. You want to pop back in and go to the Gallardo Meadows and see these? Okay.
We gotta get going, otherwise we're not gonna make it until dark.
I know.
This is probably one of our best road trip tips. What we'll do is fill these water bladders up and hang them up so we can have hydration while we are driving. It's a really big hack that, honestly, we don't take a road trip without doing it.
Megan has a really round head, and my head's more egg and narrow, and her round head made these glasses no longer fit on my head. All right, let's rock. Hands-free hydration. Let's do this.
Our first tourist attraction along this road trip is Gallardo Meadows, and we have some statues of intense wildlife. I see some elephants, camels and her baby, and some big scary looking turtles. We are definitely people who will drive out of the way to see a good tourist attraction. This is really cool.
These are really cool sculptures. I'm gonna go stand next to them so you see how big they are.
That's one big bug, baby.
Wow. I'm so glad these aren't real sized. I don't think I would go hiking ever.
Inside his mouth is a little scary. That's real art right there.
All right, we're off to go find the dragon.
Here we are, the dragon. It doesn't really look like what it looks like in that TV show with the houses and the dragons. This one's a lot longer and lankier than that one.
But I have to say, I'm absolutely amazed that one guy did all of this. At least I'm pretty sure it was just one guy who did this. And it's free for people to see. So if you're ever in this general area of California, it's a couple hours east of San Diego, it's definitely worth coming out and checking out.
Don't eat me! What's great about road tripping through the United States is you can stop at places like this. It's like really in the middle of nowhere, but a person's art is just on display for everyone to see that drives by. It is very cool.
We've seen just about everything we can around here. We have about a 2-hour drive till we get to our next destination, so we better get going now because the sun is starting to set. Normally we try to get to our campsites before dark, but last night we just didn't. We ended up driving through this lake bed for probably about 1.5 miles before we met up with some friends for the first time.
Oh, that looks good. Matt's been making me fancy coffees lately, and it's really good.
The desert is quite funny. So it is actually cold out. The air is cold, but the sun is like beaming hot. So hot, Matt doesn't have a shirt on. If you guys watch a lot of van content on YouTube, you probably already know who we're camping with, and they have a baby.
So this is Harvey, this is Brittany's dog. He's super chill and he's always trying to get a snack from us. All day long, he's just, every time we had something cooking, he just came right over to like, what's up? We're just north of Joshua Tree National Park and this campsite's cool. It's a free spot. We found it on iOverlander as we do most of our spots down on the road. You can hear a crying baby in the background. That's Isla, that's Chase Maria Jose's baby. She's adorable.
Sin llorar, sin llorar, sin llorar, sin llorar.
So I've been just hanging out here listening to Maria Jose sing to Isla, and I'm learning Spanish in the meantime. And we're learning Spanish because we're going to Spain in March, so I need all the practice I can get. But her singing's pretty good.
Sin llorar, sin llorar, sin llorar. Quien tiene piuki in the hair.
I really truly appreciate all of the effort she's putting into learning Spanish so that I'm not the only one carrying the team. I know my Spanish is not nearly even close to being fluent, but having Meghan on the team definitely helps.
¿Qué es eso?
Eso es mi mano.
¿Qué es eso?
Es mis dientes. I don't know how to say beard if that's what you're pointing at.
Yep. ¿Qué es eso?
No. Mis ojos.
¿Qué es eso?
Mi camisa.
I've only learned one phrase. It's
Can you guess which it is?
amarillo.
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 Ah.
Amarillo.
Ah. Rojo.
Sí.
Rojo. Honestly, for the past week, I've just been pointing at things and saying, ¿Qué es eso? I think I'm going to get this one phrase down. So our original plan was to only stay in Joshua Tree for one night and then move on to Phoenix, but we ended up having a great time here. 3 rigs turned into 4, and then it turned into 6, and then now there's 7 rigs here.
Good care, namaste.
Oh, hey! I want a big dog. I want a little dog. So we've been hanging out for a few days. We've got Pearl, Sydney, Tio Aventura, and Mel. You've seen her before.
We have our own little impromptu Vanlife Meetup in the middle of the desert here on some BLM land, and it's really cool to just hang out with a bunch of fellow nomads, especially because the last few months have pretty much just been Meghan and I just kind of doing our own thing. It's nice to get out and meet some new friends. More importantly though, Meghan and I are gonna have a little shower because it's been a few days and living out in the desert and doing hiking and running and yoga and everything every day, it's really turned into an overdue situation. We're gonna take care of it now.
This is our makeshift shower. The wind's picking up, so I guess we'll see how it goes.
I don't know if this is gonna work out with all the wind. We might need to make some adjustments to our shower setup.
Honestly, we're desperate for a shower. You guys should see my hair under this hat.
A good old bucket bath has never failed us before.
If you don't live in a van, could you do this? Could you really do this? Oh my god, it feels so good to wash your hair. Nice and clean.
That's much better. One of the goals I had this year, I started just before New Year's, was to run 1 mile a day, at least.
I'm so proud of that guy, but it's so freaking early.
And so far I stuck to it. I missed 1 day, but I had a 35-day streak, restarted. Today's day 7, and I have to say, so far sand is the hardest terrain I've had to run on. Being able to run out in places like this, which is Joshua Tree, it's beautiful. Mountains, open desert, bright sunshine, you cannot beat it.
Bye. It was so nice finally getting to meet you. I had so much fun. Thanks for letting all of us pile into your van and
for sure.
drink 75 bottles of wine.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of bottles.
Anytime.
It was so many bottles.
These are our friends Chase and Maria Jose. We've been hanging out with them for the past few days, getting to know them. You might know them as Tio Aventura if you've ever seen their YouTube channel.
Hello, friends.
What's up, friends?
How's it going? It has been a couple of very relaxed and
It has been.
but also adventures. I feel like we had some fun too.
I think so.
Yeah.
Hola, Ayla.
Dile hola, Miguel.
Hola!
Ayla has been teaching everybody Spanish.
Hola, mamacita. I've been learning Spanish for the Spain trip. I can say, ¿Qué es eso?
And what else?
La niña.
Ajá, muy bien.
Muy bien. Amarillo.
Ajá.
Verde.
Mhm.
Rojo.
Mhm.
De ojo. Oh.
Los ojos
Los ojos. De.
Mhm.
Azul.
son
Son
azules.
Azul. See, I didn't learn that. I didn't learn that. I'm working on it, guys. Honestly, it's so sad to leave a bunch of people who've been camping together for, I mean, we've been here for like 4 days,
Yeah,
5
4 or 5
days.
days.
It's amazing, and the community is great. If you're ever thinking about doing van life, here's your sign
Absolutely.
to just do it. The community is awesome. When we separate from van lifers, it's never a goodbye.
It's always a see you
a
later. Ah, damn it.
You ruined it!
I did.
It's always a see you again. So we know that we're gonna see all these people again. Well, on to the next place.
Being in the desert is not very kind to van floors. The sand, the rocks, the dirt gets everywhere. We've probably swept at least 2 or 3 times every day, if not more. Can I have a double animal style, please? With chilies. All right, in&out is our favorite road trip snack fast food. It's the only fast food we'll ever buy, and it's so freaking good. They kind of have like a secret menu that you should definitely look up and get your burgers animal style. You can also get protein style, which is replaced with a bun with lettuce.
We recently uploaded a short sharing with you guys. We spent almost $1,220 a month on food last year. It was insane. That had to do with us going up to Alaska and to Canada. Things are a little bit more expensive up there, but I still think that we could have done a lot better. So our goal is to stay within an $800 budget a month. If we're gonna eat out, especially on a road trip, in&out. It's delicious, it's cheap, it has vegetables on it, Today is officially day 7 of this road trip, and we haven't done a lot of road tripping. We've done a lot of van lifing, but from here, I think we're gonna do a lot more of driving, hitting places, some touristy things. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Let's hit the road.
Between the in-and-out and some snacks that we have packed, I think that should last us until we get to Phoenix, which is our next destination.
After you, my dear.
You?
Alright, we're about 2 hours in. We're gonna get our first gas station stop. We're in Arizona now, and gas is like about $1 cheaper. Back on the road, another 2 hours to Phoenix.
Well, it looks like we're making it to Phoenix just in time for sunset. Arizona sunsets are absolutely top-notch. But we made one big mistake. The Super Bowl is this weekend, so Phoenix is gonna be wrecked with people.
This is the desert. We're back amongst the saguaros, the other cactus that I don't know the name of, and honestly, this is one of the best campsites. Driving down this dirt road reminded me of all the fun we had last year in the same exact spot, and we cannot wait to set up camp and just enjoy the rest of the night.
Seriously, how amazing are these saguaro cacti? I mean, I know how to pronounce it now. I think I was at first calling it a Saguaro cactus, which is absolutely not correct. Anyways, make sure you subscribe to follow us along to Connecticut. We have 45 days on this road trip. Subscribe.